Hey, welcome to day 11 of our Read Through the Bible in a Year plan. Today we're looking at Job 29 through 31. And this is the end of Job's responses to his friends and the end of the interactions between Job and these first three who showed up at the beginning and who sat with him and who have been kind of going back and forth with him. 29 is him lamenting all that was lost, his status in the community and everything he had, how he was looked up to, how everyone looked to him for wisdom and advice and all of this, that he was a man of prominent standing, and all of that is gone. In 30, he says, now instead of what I used to have, everyone just mocks me, like my life is terrible. Even those that I wouldn't have even given them a job, they make fun of me because I've lost everything and I'm beneath them now. And he's pretty aggressively digging into his despair. And then Job 31, he makes his final case, his final defense against all the accusations that his friends have been levying. And he makes it pretty clearly. He starts it off, he says, I made a covenant with my eyes, not to look lustfully at a young woman. For what is our lot from God above, our heritage from the Almighty on high? Is it not ruin for the wicked, disaster for those who do wrong? Does he not see my ways and count my every step? And so he's saying, like, I put things in place so that I would not be the kind of guy that would be taken down by the Lord for my injustices in this world. I was going to be living righteously. And then he goes through every category of sin that he can come up with. And he's like, if I did this, it'd be right that I was punished. He's like 5 and 6. If I have walked with falsehood, or my foot has hurried after deceit, let God weigh me in honest scales, and he will know that I am blameless. And it continues on. If my steps have turned from the path, if my heart has been enticed by a woman, if I have denied justice to any of my servants, if I have denied the desires of the poor, if I've put my trust in gold, or said to my gold, you are my security, if I rejoiced over my great wealth, if I regarded the sun in its radiance, so that my heart was secretly enticed by that, if I rejoiced at my enemy's misfortune, if those of my household have never said, who's not been filled with Job's meat, but no stranger had to spend the night in the street. Verse 33, if I have concealed my sin as people do, by hiding my guilt in my heart, because I so feared the crowd. It kind of breaks in and says, oh, that I had someone to hear me. I sign now my defense. Let the Almighty answer me. Let my accuser put his indictment in writing. Surely I would wear it on my shoulder. I would put it on like a crown. I would give him an account of every step. I would present it to him as a ruler. If my land cries out against me and all its furrows are wet with tears, if I have devoured its yield without payment or broken the spirit of its tenants, then let briars come up instead of wheat and stinkweed instead of barley. The words of Job are ended. Job has been able to refute and give answer to every category of wrong. Like, I'm not pursuing ill gain. I'm not mistreating my workers. I haven't stepped out on my wife. I haven't done any of these things. I haven't brought about injustice in our community. I haven't used my wealth improperly. I haven't worshiped my wealth. I haven't taken pride in it. He's like, I've not done anything. Would God please bring against me what he has against me? And here we see the problem with the overall approach that has been made this entire time. If the assumption is, if something's going wrong in your life, it's because directly related to something that you did wrong. You have to find that one thing and then confess it, and that will go away. And what Job is doing is going through and racking his brain and looking back on his past, and he's like, there is nothing I can identify that justifies what's happening to me. And if I could find it, I would confess it. But I don't have it, and nobody has really brought it to me. All his friends have brought are speculation. None of them have said things that are accurate. They've all said, it must be this or it must be that. And they've tried every category, and all of those fall short because they're not accurate. The subtext takeaway that's being built up right here is that when things go well in our life, we can't take credit for it because we lived righteously. When things go poorly in our life, we can't scramble around looking for what's the one thing that went wrong that I can try to fix or repent of so that God will stop punishing me. Sometimes we can look and see that things in our life are direct consequences of sin. But as we examine our life and go, oh, this isn't a consequence of my direct sin. This is just the results of living in a broken world. If I'm examining myself and I'm willing to repent, what we need in that moment for us, if we're the ones suffering, we need grace of others to come around and lift us up. What we need to do as the others around is to come impart grace and call people forward toward righteousness. Walk alongside people and see. Don't judge them on assumed past sins that you can't even verify. I would love to hear your thoughts on what stands out to you today. Thank you for joining us on this journey. Can't wait to see what God continues to do as we all dig into his word this year. Be rad for Jesus.